Welcome back to Setting the Edge. It is, I think, week 22 of this, and we are just as unorganized as ever. It is the Super Bowl. We had 2 weeks to prepare, and we are not prepared, but we are going to give you the best show we have because that's what we do every week. It is the usual cast of characters. Starting in the top right corner, I got Tony Schwartz. The tradeless version. Tough. If you want to talk about the trade deadline, you're gonna have to find another program on 5 Reasons Sports to vent your frustrations. You can put it in the comments. We'll address it if you put in your comments. But
there's got to be a playback going right now, right?
Yeah,
Has to
be. Yeah, Eternal's still on playback, trying to figure out how the hell we're gonna get DeJounte Murray. Maybe if he gets bought out or something. I don't know. Apologize to Eternal. I didn't mean that. Bottom right corner, my guy, go to Moreno. Andy, always wearing the Zach Thomas jersey, still repping. And then in the bottom left, our guy Ray. Playbook SN Bets. Ray 5748. No.
8675309.
It's a series of numbers after the word Ray. You can find him. Just look for his face on the picture. I don't know. Just look for quality bets and stuff like that. Look, We are going to be here for the Super Bowl. Competition is going on. It is $10 as usual, but we normally do sides and totals, and when you only have one game, you have to add props. And so to this week, it is going to be a little bit different because we have a whole lot of props. And if you've ever bet the Super Bowl, you know that this is like the biggest gambling event probably of the year. It's either this or March Madness. It's got to be one of the two. And prop betting, some people like it, some people don't. I personally love it. We don't have a lot of the novelty props, but we'll talk about them as we go through if there's some stuff that we just want to throw out there that's not in the competition. But we have our sides, we have our totals, and we have a bunch of props. Passing props, rushing props, receiving props. They're all in there. You can get it on Bettor Edge. Use the code 5RSN to get $20 from Ethan Skolnick. It's still the same deal. Even when football is over, we still got basketball there. We still got WNBA, college basketball, NHL, tennis. Everything's still there. Competitions daily for the NBA that we do. So check that out. $10 to join this competition. We'll be in there right now. The pool is about $50. We'll hopefully get that up to about $100. It's top 3 for the Super Bowl. All right, boys. Competition standings after 22 weeks. Andy, 46, 55, and 3. Tony, 49, 47, and 3. Ray, 56, 45, and 3. And I am 60, 40, and 3. So we have with 10 picks this week, there is possibilities that anyone can jump really anywhere. So it could be very interesting with the Super Bowl being kind of the big game coming up. So let's start this way. Sides and totals. In the competition, the line is 49ers -2 with an over-under of 47.5. I do believe I haven't locked in too much. I'm going to try to knock out all my Super Bowl bets coming up soon, but I think that the line is still at, -2, 47.5. That total hasn't moved a lot. The spread has moved. It opened up 2.5. I bet it that night, Sunday night. It got down to, I think, 1. And now it's boosted back up to 2, 2.5. Now it's sitting at 2. Anyone have anything sides and totals that we want to start off with before we get into any props?
Yeah, it's Chiefs 2. Chiefs 2. I locked it in at 2.5. I was lucky enough. And the line moved back to 2 or moved back to bigger gap.
It started at 2.5, went down. Now it's back to 2. So
we got it at 2 in the competition. I'm just going to go ahead and take it there. I bet against Patrick Mahomes his entire way here now. I thought this Chiefs team was weird, and this defensive line continues to prove me wrong week in, week out. And that still, to me, is the most important thing in football. Can your defensive line put pressure on a quarterback? So they're clicking, and Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes. So, yeah, I'm taking Chiefs to win this game flat out, but I'll take 2 now.
Anybody else?
Was it Chiefs +2, you say?
Chiefs +2.
Yeah. First of all, as a Saints fan, shout out to them because they got rid of Pete Carmichael, so I don't have to be as miserable all the time. But as a Saints fan, I cannot, will not, and am not going to get behind this 49ers team. Bad blood here, there. Don't support Christian McCaffrey. We all know I'm a Kamara guy. But no, I think at this point, like it's just bad business to bet against Patrick Mahomes. It just feels like the wrong thing to do. There's gonna be Taylor Swift magic and all the other things. And like Tony said, the D line for the Chiefs has actually done a solid job for them all playoffs long. And I also think that, everyone says that the 49ers they had, which I'm not going to sit here and tell you that their defense is not top 10. But one of the things that is kind of funny is their run defense is actually more middle of the pack. The Chiefs like to lean run. And we all know Isaiah Pacheco runs like there's $1 billion at the end of the end zone for him if he gets it there. So give me the Chiefs with this. I like Patrick Mahomes. It's hard to bet against Kermit the Frog, man. It just really is.
Nice little preview of props that we're going to talk about later for sure there, Ray. Ray knows what he's doing. He's a pro at this. Andy, you got anything on side or total?
No, I don't like to actually bet the spreads and shit because, like, I don't bet games that I want to enjoy. However, I would lean Chiefs just because this feels like one of those games where Vegas puts out a favorite to confuse the public.
I got to pause here for a second. I got to be the executive producer. I'm going to hold him out here for a second. I'm going to put him in timeout. I think the quote he just said was, he does not bet on games he wants to enjoy.
I'm saying.
Listen. We know this. I'm not even going to call him a motherfucker, but this motherfucker has bet on the Dolphins for 17 out of 18 weeks, plus the playoffs. So either one or two things now. We got to start holding people accountable. It's the playoffs. Either he does not enjoy Dolphins games or he lied to us the whole time. Andy, welcome back to the stage. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you, brother.
Bro, that's different, man. Because I know they're going to win 50% of the time. So at least I get my money back.
50% of the time, they win 100% of the time.
At least I get my money back, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's different. The Super Bowl, though, I just like to be chilling, family, friends, However,
say it like it is. You're gonna be loaded down like a Brinks truck. It's okay.
The Heat play at like 2:00, 3:00.
Bro.
Yeah. I will be locked in too.
I just need to stop touching the Heat. Every time the Heat should win, it's like I bet them, boom, lose my bankroll. It's like fuck, man. I gotta stop with these bet the house specials, bro. I gotta slow down. Anyway, no, I will go Chiefs because Taylor Swift's gonna get a Super Bowl ring. You know that. She's gonna put that shit on her album cover. You know that.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Will she get a ring?
I see you, Ray. Come on. This motherfucker. That's a prop I wish we would have had. Is Travis Kelce get a propose?
Bro, as soon as I saw that, I was like, y'all robbing people of their money. And you're wrong. Vegas is wrong for even attempting to put that out. Bro.
That's going to be white people's Beyonce Jay-Z right there.
I can confirm.
Wow. Let me segue to this. Daniel Barry, 22 weeks in a row has been here. Hey, Daniel, thank you for coming. Matt, he's always here also. He wanted to say what's up. He's about to get on the road. Have a great weekend of betting. Make sure you check out Matt. He does good content for 5 Reasons Sports. Check him out on the Action Network app. He's always, he's heavy in it. He's a degenerate like all of us. So I make sure I have to throw it. Oh, he's giving us his pick. He's all in on KC. So put your money on San Francisco is the wise thing to
do. Matt, the fade guy down there in the corner.
Listen, Tony, I just read your private chat. We are not going to see that on this stream, but oh my God, Matt. We will send you a side message of what Tony said in the private chat. But I am not on the side. Personally, I have bet, and I said this earlier, I bet 49ers right off the bat, plus 2.5. It's, in my opinion, it is never going to get to 3. I'm sorry, San Francisco minus 2.5. And Ray, I can't. I'm trying to hold it together and be.
Shut up! Just keep talking, man. It's gonna be fine.
I bet San Francisco minus 2.5 right off the bat, and it dropped down. I bet it again at minus 1.5. I don't think so. This is what I think. Public money. The Super Bowl is in Vegas. It's the heaviest bet game in the NFL. Public money is going to be on the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that line is never going to touch 3. So you're never going to get to that key number. And even without the public and the Swifties shit, it was never going to get to 3 anyways. So 2.5, 2, 1. I mean, it's not really making that much of a difference. So I'm on the 49ers. I'm not making that a pick in the competition because I don't necessarily love it. But I don't know, man. And don't get me wrong. Like Matt said, I have lost money fading Mahomes the entire damn playoffs. I thought he was going to lose in the first round, second round, third. I mean, I'm losing my ass on him. So
I did too, man. I did too.
Let me shift to the total, 47.5. Even if anybody if anybody has a pick, speak up first. But any feelings on the total?
Under. Everybody runs. You got decent enough playmakers in the passing game to be able to move the ball, but both of these teams run. It's not like either of these defenses are slouches. I get it. McCaffrey, Mahomes, it's a lot of star-studded names and stuff. It was 47.5 when this game ends up being 21-24 and somebody's kicking a field goal to tie it or go into overtime or whatever. Like I have the under for this game.
Yeah, I'm probably there too because eventually somebody has to pass. Like if both teams are running, somebody's going to be up more than the other one. Somebody's got to throw the ball, and the defensive lines are just too good. It's going to turn into interceptions. I think we're looking at an under here too. I actually played in the competition. I wasn't going to, but I can't come up with 10, so under 47.5.
Yeah.
Ray, was your under pick an official pick?
Yes, sir.
All right. You know how Andy does me, so I had to confirm. Andy, a pick, a feel, anything on the under or the over?
I'm doing full props. However, I feel over just because entertainment. You know this game is rigged anyway, so you got to throw the ball around. You got to do something. No one wants to watch 13-14. No one wants to watch that, man.
I also lean under. It's not one of my picks. Me and Andy are both going 10 for 10 on props. This is what I think I'm going to do, though. I already told you I bet on the Niners. I'm going to tease the Chiefs for sure because it's going to get it to 8.5. That's my. I think it's a one possession game, or the Chiefs win, and that's the side I love. Chiefs teased up. I think I'm going to tease both sides. I'm going to Chiefs in the over, Chiefs in the under, because that gives me a window of, let's say it's 47.5. I get over 41.5 and under 53.5. So I have a 12-point window that I can hit both.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm going to do.
I haven't done it yet.
Go ahead and
you text me that because I'm going to go ahead and do that after this game's over.
Yeah, I like that. Especially if it's 2.5 to 8.5. We'll see. But that's what I'm leaning to do in terms of that. All right. Props. Let's jump right into it because Ray already brought this one up. I'm going to throw it out there as a pick that I think a lot of us are going to have. This might be the community play. Mr. Isaiah Pacheco. Isaiah Pacheco runs like the ground is mad at him. It did something. It said something disrespectful.
Like Andre Iguodala
runs like Jimmy Butler plays sometimes when he points at the officials. Isaiah Pacheco, over under 69.5 rushing yards. I have the over on Pacheco rushing yards.
Yep. Yeah, totally with you on this. I've played Pacheco so many times throughout the season. Anytime touchdown, first touchdown, longest rush, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know how the Chiefs managed to keep finding players that fit their system so perfectly at times. But they found a running back that fits their, just everything that you could ask for out of a guy. I know the pass catching isn't necessarily there, but you want a hard runner. You want somebody that you can theoretically play 3 downs if you needed to. Yeah, that kid right there, he going to be worth something for a long time to come. And again, I believe they are the 14th ranked rushing defense. They're still top 15 talking about the 49ers, but that dude runs hard. He going to run. Somebody's going to get ran over in this Super Bowl, and we're going to be telling you that clip's going to be playing for a long time. But 69.5, yeah, I'll take that. I would take that all the way up to 70, maybe even 77, 78. It's wild times, but I'm telling you, he's going to be able to run, and McCaffrey's going to be able to do the same thing.
Anybody else? Andy, Tony, anything
I'm
on
here
this prop?
too. Yep, I'm on it too. It's an easy over for me.
This is easy under. It's too obvious of a play, bro. Sorry. Vegas not gonna give it all that money, bro. Relax.
We're up, baby. We're here.
Man. All I know
Dude,
is
just because
Andy's in fourth place, man.
Gonna run efficiently, bro. Have you seen the 49ers defense? You think Fred Warner not gonna be a little angry too? Huh?
Fred Warner do be flying around like he's thinking missile. That shit's crazy.
Nick Bosa got a little sour taste in his mouth after losing Super Bowl LIV in Miami.
I got to be honest with you, man. Nick Bosa has not impressed me on this run. He looks good. Looks like a great player. Joey Bosa, not Nick Bosa. Damn. Wait, which Bosa?
Nick
It's
Bosa.
Joey. It's Joey. You're right. It is Joey.
Joey?
Nick's the Chargers.
No,
Yeah, so-
Nick the Niner.
I don't know which Bosa it is.
I'm
Look,
on that right now.
the
One
Bosa,
of them dudes. Yeah.
the Bosa hasn't really impressed me throughout the playoffs like he did last year.
They got their bread. They're good.
That 49ers line, I think, to me, which has dominated matchups, hasn't done that, especially against the Detroit team. I really, really wanted them to dominate the line of scrimmage there, and they didn't. So, Fred Warner, great guy. But that Chiefs defensive line is clicking right now.
Let's stick with. I heard somebody say McCaffrey. McCaffrey's over under for rushing yards is 89.5 yards. Rushing yards.
Yeah.
Anybody on that one?
Yeah, pound the under.
I'm
If
also
it was
on the under.
if it was yards from scrimmage or total yards, you can convince me. But rushing, if this total is that high, it's going to go under. I think eventually Brock Purdy is going to start slinging that ball, and they're going to start hitting wide receivers and seams and doing all the shit they do. The 49ers do with Yak. But
Actually,
so go ahead.
You know what? You can throw me. I'll take this one too, because I said I was going to have to steal somebody's play anyway. And the more I sit here and think about it, there's enough playmakers on the 49ers side of the ball that I understand how good McCaffrey is. I'm not saying you don't give that guy the ball, but you have a Deebo Samuel, you have a Brandon Ayuk, you have a George Kittle.
You're gonna have to spread it around.
Yeah, even somebody like you, Deebo. I have another prop that when we get to Deebo, So I just don't see him getting the touches that you would think he would need to get 89. Now, he could always just bust one off and we could be flat out wrong. But like in the scheme of, or in the grand scheme of like a game flow or whatever, I don't think he gets the touches to be able to get that mark.
Andy's got that look.
No, he said something funny, bro. I'm gonna stay quiet. I'm sorry.
You on this one at all?
I'm gonna stay away from it though. If we had touchdown props, I will go over touchdown, whatever it is, 2, 3, 7. I think it's 1.5. I would go over 1.5. I think he's gonna get 2 TDs, and I think he might win Super Bowl MVP. If the Chiefs don't win, if the fix is not in, then I think he's gonna win Super Bowl MVP.
All right, we'll come back to touchdown props. Not in the competition, but we'll talk about it later. Ray, Deebo rushing yards. What do you want on it?
Over 14.5. This is like, I think originally when this line, I'm already on this line, and Sean, I think you are too, but I think when it opened, it was at 12.5.
Very public, very sharp, moving fast. Yes.
They've had 2 weeks to like kind of game plan some nonsense for Deebo. You think there's not going to be some awkward end around, or they're going to have him, McCaffrey, and Kittle all lined up in the pistol formation or some nonsense like that to a direct snap? So like there's something coming where Deebo's going to get 3 or 4 rushing attempts, and I could see him doing this in 2. But again, this opened at 12.5, and it was even you had to buy the juice for it when I was looking at it. So from 12.5 to 14.5 in like a week span, give me Deebo over 14.5 rushing yards.
If you're going to bet that, you better bet it soon because it's going to keep moving up and up and up and up and up.
Oh,
yeah.
Anybody else on that Deebo rushing prop?
I'm right there with it.
No, I'm not touching that one. It seems a little too. Like I understand the reasoning why, yes, I just feel like, what if he gets 12? You know, like what did they sniff out the 2-3 end arounds that they're gonna run? You know,
is it really at 16.5? Yeah, it's gonna end up at 21.5. You almost can feel it.
I'll start pounding that under. What?
Hey, you know what, Sean? All those times that I ever made fun of you for betting at 7 o'clock in the morning and
I'm about to get to this because I saw this morning.
I apologize so much because
you don't have to.
He saw the way. He saw the way, Sean.
They said, hey,
I know.
Coming? They said, hey,
I was walking to work this morning. I'm like, oh, Playbook SM Bets is knocking out some props. I see. I know what's going on now.
Yeah. Don't you worry about a thing, man. I see it.
It is actually on a 4-letter sports network company's app at 17.5 minus 105.
Wow.
Mm.
And this is the thing, and we'll go back to getting these props out there. The public bettor that doesn't bet on a week-to-week basis, I say any public bet, they're going to tend to bet overs because they want to watch the game and they want to see overs. They don't want to sit there and be like, man, I hope Debo doesn't touch the ball this time. Man, I hope Debo gets stopped. Man, I hope C-Mac doesn't run far. So if you're going to bet unders, typically you want to wait until till Sunday because you're going to get an inflated line, especially on the Kelsey bullshit, especially on all these major players. C-Mac, if you're going to bet the under, just keep waiting because it's going to continue to go up, especially same thing. Chiefs up, the over in the game is going to go up. It's just how the Super Bowl works. So
and look,
express patience in that.
To that point, my favorite under, and it might not be in this competition, but it will be when we play, Patrick Mahomes under passing yards. Whatever the Patrick Mahomes under passing yards is going to be, it's going to be my favorite play because even if they have to pass it more because they're behind and need to get back into the game, first of all, I don't see the targets on the Chiefs. They're going to eat up a bunch of yards anyway, but that passing total I don't think hits 275, which is probably what it's going to end at, 265 on Sunday.
They'll get right there to it, but it's always going to be, it's just you're going to get a hook. I hate using that term,
no, you're right. It's either going to be a hook or he's going to miss it by a mile. So it's one of those.
Yeah, let me knock that out and write that down for you. 257.5 is the total for Mahomes. Purdy is 243.5 in the competition. Looking live, kind of consensus type stuff. Mahomes is 261.5. Purdy's 248.5. So in our competition, if you're going with the over on Mahomes, you're getting some value. If you're going on both of them over. Sorry. Anybody else on these passing props?
Over on Mahomes, man. 252. Come on now.
What's
come
Purdy?
on now.
What was Purdy again?
Purdy is 243.5. So I got Tony on the under.
For Patrick. I got the over. I got the over on Purdy because unlike Ray, I think eventually the 49ers have to throw their way back into this game.
Yeah, it's like I'm like 240 something, 242 you said?
243.5.
Yeah, I'll take Purdy in the over on that. That's
fine.
And
while we're doing this, just because we want to be expeditious, Purdy 12.5 rushing yards over.
Okay, I'm on that over also. Purdy over 12.5.
What is Pat Mahomes still at 20? What was it, like 22.5 rushing yards?
He's at 25.5 on the competition. Let me tell you what he is in consensus.
I like that over too.
Still 25.5.
I like that over.
See, that's the one where like Andre, where you're like, and I'm gonna stay off of this one, but Andre, you're like, that feels like a trap line. Like everybody knows he gets like rushed out and all that shit, and I understand that. I completely get that, but like. That's something he ends up with like 22 rushing yards, 23 rushing yards. He's there, but like
it doesn't reach that point.
That's just one of those. Like I don't trust that one, so I'm gonna stay off of that. But yeah, if that was a little bit lower, I'd take it.
I'm on the under on Mahomes.
Yes, sir.
I think in terms of rushing yards, over Purdy, under Mahomes. And the other thing to keep in mind on that, and you cannot predict this, but the winning quarterback, if they get the ball, they're going to take knees. You're going to lose a yard every time. It may have been the last Super Bowl, or it was the last Chiefs-Niners Super Bowl. The multiple knees is the reason why the rushing prop lost on Mahomes. So you can't predict that, though. I mean, like Ray said, he's going to run. Him and Josh Allen, they love to run in the playoffs. They don't do it during the regular season.
The sacks take out passing yards or rushing yards?
Sacks in the NFL, I don't believe, take away rushing. That's college.
Sacks are just a strictly defensive stat. They don't affect the offensive side of the ball.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
But the kneel does.
Yeah.
All right. So we got some passing props. We got some quarterback rushing props. We talked about Debo. We talked about C-Mac. We talked about Pacheco. What else? Somebody else throw one out there that they got.
Give me Rashee Rice over 6.5 receptions. Ball's gonna go somewhere, and it ain't going to Kelsey. I think Rice comes back in the form, regular season form, 6.5.
Bro,
minus 4.5 just covered for Ray.
How about Steph Curry tonight?
How about
threes, I think, in the first quarter.
I appreciate you, Sean, because that came. I know where that came from, but that was I saw you do that, and I'm like,
thanks. I thought my happy hour was playing tricks on me. I thought I couldn't have that was a 0 or a 6, but
real quick, the fastest I've hit a prop in a long time was Devin Vassell and Tyler Hero 5.5 made threes. I smacked the shit out of that button.
And that's a great time to plug 5 Reasons Sports Discord, fantasy gambling. We're killing it in there, printing money, while everybody else in the other channels just, kind of complaining about shit all the time.
Yeah.
We're just in there just printing out money, No buyouts, no trademarking in there. We just continue to just bet on stuff and have a good time.
Even when we lose, we're still happy.
Still happy. Shit, tomorrow we get to bet again. Anybody else on Rashee Rice, or you want to throw out another, I guess, receiving prop is probably where we're going to?
Let me get to another Chiefs receiver. Noah Gray under 13.5. To Tody's point, it's got to go other places, but there's enough people. What's the other Justin? That's the guy that I would the no-name guy. That's
Justin Watson.
Yeah, Justin Watson would be the no-name guy that I feel it's going to end up with receptions and yards and things like that. But Noah Gray's the guy that it's like, oh, you look at 13.5. Yeah, that's 2 catches. He'll have 1 catch for 2 yards on a bubble screen or some nonsense like that. And Noah Gray under 13.5 for me. I love that.
Do we have a Justin Watkins longest reception? Yeah, here we go. 12.5. I'm not going to take it, but in real life, I will. The over, just pound the over. Because one of these receivers always catches a 40-yard miracle pass. At least once a game, somebody is it. Yeah, Bill Simmons was also convinced of a lot of other bullshit too, Matt.
I got Noah Gray over 1.5 receptions. I'm not going anything on the yardage, but I have over 1.5 on the receptions. And to your Justin Watson point, I have Justin Watson under 3.5 receiving yards in the first quarter. And DraftKings has taken that shit down. They won't put it back.
I love it.
Yeah.
Just don't catch anything in the first quarter.
He's going to catch some bullshit in the third quarter that Patrick needs for a touchdown drive to go up 1, and
it'll be off of some bullshit like fading
backward,
be a helmet, Odell Beckham catch, but it's a throw instead. He'll be like falling down, and then you just see the ball like that.
All right, Andy, I have you down for 2 props right now. It is 9-11. My friend, I need you to give me some plays.
I thought I gave some plays. I'm sorry. No, since Bill Simmons thinks Noah Gray's going to have a good game, I think he's going to have a bad game. So give me both his unders, both of them. Receptions and yards. And for my 5th pick, I don't know. We're getting pretty late into the show. We don't got a better house special. And I'm going to tell you guys, if you want to make some bread, I got 1 prop for you and 1 prop for you only. Bet the house special. Kyle Juszczyk, how do we pronounce his name?
Juszczyk. Over
2.5 receiving yards. His average in the playoffs is 10 yards per playoff game. And you're giving me A 7-point differential, boy. If you wanna escape the poverty line, if you want to jump into that elite class, over 2.5. Go to Amscott. Go to Cash Advance America.
Oh, no, don't do any of this. No.
Do what you gotta do.
Go ask your Layla for your inheritance.
Hey, mama, I'm behind on my rent. Whoop. Take those $500, drop it on them. Just drop everything you own on it. Sell what you got. Sell your dog. Whatever you gotta do, bro. And get that cash and bet it over 2.5 yards. This is not a gambling advice.
Wow.
The dog?
I'll get him right back, though. I'm gonna get him right back.
You can't pawn your dog.
What's his name again?
Kyle Juszczyk's over 2.5 yards.
Juszczyk.
I'm gonna have so much money. I'm gonna change his name, bro.
Now here's the thing, Andy.
I want to pronounce it, bro. Don't worry.
If you're on that, you got to be with me on Kyle Juszczyk, however you say his name, over a half of a reception because he can't get your receiving yards unless.
Boom, parlay.
Hey, baby. Hey, look. Hey, hold up. Wait.
Let's go.
There you go, man.
Where's my cat? I'm finna pawn my cat. Hold on. Over 1.5 reception?
At least the dog can defend.
A half.
A half. One is what you need, buddy.
Hey, man, I'll tell you what.
He didn't even have a negative yardage half. Wow.
Let me have the big screen for a second. Hold up, because I'm with Andy on this. This is both of them. Bet the house special. Bet your car special. Mitsubishi Motor Corp. I'm finna sell this Eclipse anyway, so don't you worry about a thing. Call you check over 2.5 receiving yards and a half a reception.
Disrespectful.
Whew, during Black History Month, they do me like this. Lord Jesus, have mercy. Yeah, give me that. Yes, sir. Give me that. Bet the house. Everything. Juszczyk.
The zoom in on the face after the Black History Month was hilarious.
I just want to point out because I noticed this earlier when I was looking for stuff. Look at his receiving stuff. 2 receptions, 3 targets, 33 yards. So the over under is a half of a reception and 2.5 receiving yards. Look at his totals. 2 receptions, 3 targets, 33.
Look at the volume, son.
Dog, this is hilarious. 2 and 5, like, bro.
This Kyle Lowry field goal attempts over here. Look at this.
It is, yeah. So if you're looking at this, he's only had 3 that he didn't get a catch in. He's only had 1, 2, the same thing. If he gets a catch, he gets it. So you're hitting both if you bet that.
And if you want to be a little not so bet the house specially, just hit them individually and then also hit them in a parlay. You know, if you want to be a little safe, divide it into 3.
What's the third part? What's the third leg of this parlay? This imaginary.
No, slow down. No third leg.
You can't put the 2 together. You need a third.
Hang on, think about it. Seriously, I'm being dead ass. Think about this for just a second.
You need a third.
Look, you've had 2 weeks as Kyle Shanahan to come up with every nonsensical ass play on the planet. Look at the volume we just saw. I saw a 2 for 33. So that basically means they schemed some nonsense. Hey, stop eating the cord before you electrocute yourself. They schemed some nonsense where this dude is so wide open. You guys remember the Peyton Manning, the Peyton Manning QB draw that was off of a play action?
Oh yeah, in Denver.
Welcome to the Kyle Juszczyk touchdown. Like, I'm telling you, see, Andy. Boy, we finna be rich. And Winnipeg hit 2 minus 8. Boy, stop playing with Ray. Golly, this is great.
I was on playback earlier. This is the path for us to buy the damn team for Mickey, and we started doing trades on trade deadline. That was too boring, man. We got to start trading people.
Tyler, buddy, I love you, but that hat, man, I'm finna get you out of here, dog.
Terry was wearing that hat too. He was wearing that hat too. Gotta get Terry out of here too.
Terry didn't know. Terry had this. He had the little bun. Tyler had the flop ears that came down to here, dog. No.
You look like an anime woman character, man. No, but for real, there's once in a generation where a select group of human beings just takes off, man. And this is that moment, man.
We're the Avengers, but we're the degenerates.
The degenerates. Let's go.
Got it.
And imagine that shit's going to be in the first quarter.
Oh yeah, it's hitting early. I'm trying to go to bed by the Usher concert. So
I'm saying, baby, that's the end of it right there.
What do you mean going to bed? We're getting tickets to Vegas, bro. Put all that shit on black.
That's true. All right, you know what? We made it this far. We haven't even talked about Travis Kelce, which is, look, we had like 28 people in here. Now it's down to 9. All the Swifties were like, these fuckers are just going to talk about gambling. They're not going to talk about Travis Kelce. What do you think about Travis Kelce? Over under 6.5 receptions. Let me find his receiving yards.
I'm be real with you.
I'm not betting shit on Kelce, but
68.5.
Over on the receptions, under on the yards.
Exactly.
I don't understand how he manages to find the gap in space. Him and Kittle have done it for years. Where I'm always wide and smack the fuck open. But I think they're going to take away at least and keep them as short and close to the line of scrimmage as physically possible. Try not to let anything get downfield. No 15, 20-yard big plays like that. And that involves pushing them as close to the what's called. So I could see them like nickel and diamond Kelce for, hey, bubble screen, tight end screen, pitch, slant, some nonsense like that. But the over on the yards, that's where it's it's going to start getting bigger and higher and higher and higher. And I already don't trust 68.5. So, yeah. Over on the receptions, under on the yards. That's not official, though. Not official. I'm sorry. Don't write that down.
What Ray just said is official for me. I love it. I love it so much.
I'm over on both. I think receptions, he's going to get the ball. I feel more confident on that, but I think they're just going to keep feeding him the ball. And shout out to Stephen Land. Just put up a comment in there. Great job, you guys. Appreciate the live stream. Happy your takes on the Super Bowl. Also glad to pop in and give support. Appreciate that. Awesome Zach Thomas jersey, by the way, Andy. That is really awesome. Always represents. I got the Zach Thomas. Well, it's blurry in the back, but that's a Dan Marino in the back. So we talked about Kelce. Anything else? We're kind of in the closing moments here.
Did we talk about the goal? Oh, there's this guy. Touchdowns.
I do have one last prop because I'm sitting here counting them and I had 9. So I'll go ahead and give the last one. And it's Purdy over 1.5 passing touchdowns. 1.5 passing touchdowns.
I can see that. Yep.
They're both Kelce and Mahomes and Purdy are both going to have at least one passing touchdown. There's just no way in hell they don't both get a passing touchdown. But I feel like some kind of way there's going to be a lot of field goals in this game. If we had kicking props, I would have nailed the over for every kicker, field goal, kicker point scored, all that nonsense. And I'm going to go find it on, the real books too. But eventually the 49ers, if this goes the way I think it does, eventually the 49ers fall behind. They're going to have to pass the ball. I think by halftime, they'll both have one passing touchdown apiece. And it'll be up to Purdy some kind of way in the second half to go ahead and snag that second one for me. But Purdy over at 1.5, I feel comfortable with. Mahomes, it's a little more I could see him getting 250, 1 touchdown, and then Pacheco got a score or 2, and they kick 8 field goals.
Y'all want a fun fact?
Oh, I hope you're going to steal my fun fact. I'm going to be so proud of you because I was about to give a fun fact. Go, Andy.
Bro, if it's the same fun fact, bro, then we're soul brothers because it makes no sense. Touchdowns in the Super Bowl total, in total Super Bowl history, is Brady with 21. The very next closest person is Joe Montana with 11. That's crazy. That's outrageous.
It was not. That was not. And I know that wasn't the same fact.
No. I was so excited that we were going to have the same fact. This is the highest elevation a Super Bowl has ever been played at. Ray was talking about kicking. High elevation. What happens when you're in Denver? Ball goes longer.
Ball travels.
Kicking props, punting props, all those types of things. But we also know what also happens at elevation. It's harder to breathe. So that could be coming into play too with fatigue and things like that. So, and they're in Vegas.
Yeah, I didn't know that Vegas was that high, but how high is Vegas above sea level?
I thought they were sea level. I thought they were pretty flat. Like a desert. Isn't a desert flat?
Yeah, it is, but that doesn't mean that the desert is at sea level.
Why is it in the mountains though? Why is it so high?
Because it's in the mountains.
There's mountains in the desert, bro. What the fuck?
Yes.
Right, we're starting to get off course here. I do have Mahomes not to throw an interception. That's one of the props.
High geography class, bro. Relax. What you
Hopefully,
mean?
I'm not wrong on that fact, but I swear I heard that on a podcast.
In the desert.
All right. Touchdown props. Let's close it with that. We talked about that earlier. Touchdown props. I'm looking at the marketplace. I don't like this one. This one puts it in alphabetical order. Give me a second.
2,000 feet in the air.
2,000 feet in the air.
Wow. I was not expecting that by any stretch of the imagination.
Never in my life would I ever thought that.
There's
And
something
it's
called
indoors.
God's fingers. Oh.
And you're indoors. Perfect for kickers. Perfect for punters.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anytime touchdowns. McCaffrey is the number one. Lowest odds, minus 235. Pacheco, minus 125. Kelsey, minus 110. Debo, plus 135. Rashee Rice, 130. Kittle, 170. Ayuk, 175. Then it starts to jump up from there from 400 and above. What do you have like who's a guy? I mean, obviously the low ones, McCaffrey, Pacheco.
Use check.
I think Debo anytime touchdown.
I would take Debo first touchdown if you want the truth.
Juszczyk is plus 750.
Oh,
Debo first touchdown plus 850.
Yeah.
Yo, Ray, this Juszczyk stuff reminds me of Uncut Gems, where this guy just put all overs on KG. This is our Uncut Gems moment, except we don't die at the end. Sorry for the spoiler there.
Oh, I'm just gonna come take your clock after this. Like, I'm gonna have enough money to like kick your hair down. Buy a new clock.
We are gonna both have enough money to both have a clock.
No. You really have to understand that I don't want my own clock. I want that clock. Like that. It's the essence, the ambiance of the clock. That's the big baller shot caller clock. We got to have that one.
All right,
Andy. This is why we have Matt on the show. He's our desert correspondent. He lives in Nevada in a desert, and he's at 4,500 feet.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
That don't make no sense. Like that's the last place I would imagine elevated more than 15 feet. I have another prop that you can find a website for, maybe a Russian website, maybe Serbian. Over under 0.5 failed drug test post Super Bowl.
Dog, what?
No.
Bro, a week in Vegas? Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I hear it. I
feel
feel it.
so quick enough, bro.
Oh my god!
I am so with it. I've never been with Andy more than this right here.
Come on.
Kyle Juszczyk gets a touchdown. He's getting drug tested.
Hey, Kyle Juszczyk. If I was in Vegas and I was Kyle Juszczyk, I'd go to O'Shea's. That's where I would be. I'd be playing some beer pong. I would be playing a little blackjack. Yeah, man, I'd be living the good life.
NBA meetup spot that weekend.
It was.
Oh
right.
yeah. By the way, anyway, back to the touchdowns. Yeah. Look, because I'm touchdown fiend. I really am. Pacheco anytime's good. Debo's good. Rashee Rice is good. If they're gonna score some fucking points, that shit's good. We said Debo. Andre, if they score a whole bunch of points, McCaffrey's good for 2.
McCaffrey 2 touchdowns plus 210 on DraftKings.
What is McCaffrey first half touchdown? Because I know they separate that nonsense.
First half?
Correct.
First touchdown. McCaffrey first touchdown is 370.
No, first half touchdown.
Wow.
I know they have it on FanDuel.
I see it. Plus 130.
Oh yeah, there you go.
You like that?
In the first half to score a touchdown? Yeah.
And I'll say this. I know, and obviously we're sponsored by Bettor Edge, and we appreciate them. You need to line shop during the Super Bowl. Like, if you live in a state that you have multiple books, the difference between playing plus 130 and plus 140 and plus 150 and plus 160 is very much when you are betting big numbers of money, even if you're betting small money, you should not be giving the book any more money or not taking enough money from them. So make sure you line shop.
Here's a real good way to explain it for the simple people. Let's say you have Let's say you have a normal bet of $15, right? And you're betting something that's minus 110. You have to win $15. You have to spend $16.50. You have to bet that much. Mm-hmm. If that line is if it is minus 120, it goes up to $17.50. Minus 130, it's $18. You begin to spend, just like Sean's talking about, you begin to spend more and more and more. It's called buying the juice, if you will. You start spending more, it adds up. That's why they always talk about the thing of you got to win like what is it, Sean? 56-ish% before you actually start.
About 53%.
Yeah, unless
at
you're
110,
doing,
it's about 53%.
Yeah, unless you're doing obviously plus money and whatnot. But yeah, man, Sean, the line shopping thing is so real, it's not even funny.
And we use it a lot. Action Networks app is great for that. There's a lot of other apps you can use that will get you easy to see kind of the scope of where the lines are. There's a lot of different websites you can use that, but definitely line shop. But most importantly, enjoy the Super Bowl. Have fun. Join our competition, bettoredge.com/5RSN comps. Get yourself in for $10. When you sign up, you get $20 from Ethan Skolnick. We'll be back. We're done with football season. We did our 22 weeks. We appreciate the work from all of us, the 3 guys with me, all 4 of us coming in here every week. We're going to come back and do some basketball stuff. Andy has some ideas for us, so we're going to be hopefully doing some basketball content too, but make sure you stay plugged into 5 Reasons Sports. Even if we don't make trades, we'll still put out content. Thank you guys for coming in, and go Heat. Check out Bettor Edge.